Hello everyone. So let us now discuss about vertebra, right? That is vertebral column from this lecture, and of course, then we'll talk about the other things. So this is about vertebral column. Everyone, if I talk about the vertebral column, then it is approximately 70 centimeter long. You can see the vertebral column, and this is divided into certain regions. So a total of 33 vertebrae is there in the vertebral column, but after that there is some of the vertebrae fuse to form fuses, and then we have the total of 26. Although 30 vertebrae are total, but this is unfused, right? But after fusion, the total number of vertebrae that is remain, that is 26. We'll talk about how the number reaches to the 26. But before that, you can see the different color in the vertebra. Now let us start with this yellow one. The yellow one that you can see, it is actually present in the neck region. So the vertebra which are present in the neck region, they are called as cervical vertebra. So why cervical vertebra? Because they are present in the neck region. Let me change the color for a minute. So that is why they are cervical. So these are 7 in number, right? These are 7 number. These are important vertebra. We'll talk about it. It give a neck to the support, and the first vertebra of cervical, that is atlas, that is responsible for give a support to the head as well. So give a support to the skull as well. So we'll talk about, when we talk about the atlas vertebra, we'll talk the important vertebrae separately, don't worry. Then the second vertebra of the cervical, it is called as axis, right? It is, again, it has some important role. We'll talk about it, right? Anyway, so there are 7 vertebrae. The next, what you can see, the one with the help of sky blue color, these one, they are called as thoracic vertebra because they are present in the chest region. So the chest region is called as thorax, and that is why they are called as thoracic vertebra. So let me label it here. So let me write it here. We have thoracic vertebra, and these are total of 12 thoracic vertebra. What is the function? They provide the site for the articulation of the ribs. You can see here that, of course, from the interior side, sternum is not visible. So from the posterior side, you can see that ribs are attached to the thoracic vertebra. So they are 12 in number, and we have 12 pair of ribs. So with one vertebra, with each thoracic vertebra, one rib from this side and one rib from this side, means other side is attached. So of course, a pair of rib is attached to one thoracic vertebra. So these are 12 in number. The next vertebra that you can see in the, let's say, green color, that is actually lumbar vertebra. Belly region is actually called as a lumbar region. So they are called as lumbar vertebra. Vertebra or vertebrae, right? So these vertebrae, these are 5 in number. The important thing about, of course, I'll write each and everything separately when we do the separate discussion. I will discuss cervical vertebrae separately, thoracic separately, lumbar separately, and so and so, right? So don't worry. I'm just giving you idea about all these things right now. So lumbar vertebra are the widest vertebra, or they are the strongest vertebra. You need to understand the curvature, or the erect position. Our erect posture is, of course, because of the complete vertebra, the credit goes to, but lumbar vertebra are the strongest vertebra, and they maintain our erect posture basically. So this is important, and they are largest among all the vertebra, and they provide a good surface area for attachment of muscles as well. So they are 5 in number. The flat bone, triangular shape of bone like that, you can see that is in the red color. I'm sure you can see, and you can also see some of the holes like that. Okay, so this is actually called as sacrum, right? Or this is in the lower abdominal region, so that is sacral or sacrum vertebra. So basically there's a sacral. This is a complete one triangular bone, but this one triangular bone, it is formed by fusion of 5 vertebra. So that is why I'm writing 5, but I'm putting a bracket here. Okay, so that is found in the lower abdominal region of us, okay, of ours, and this is basically a triangular shaped bone. When we exactly see the structure of this bone, so we'll let you know that how other bone basically fuses, and that is visible actually, right? So it is fused to form one bone. So that is a sacrum region or sacral vertebra. This is one. Of course, we are now counting it as one. Then in the next region, the last one you can see here, let's say the tail kind of thing, a little, you know, tilted vertebra. These are present in the caudal region. Of course, we don't have tail, so caudal stands for tail, but it is called as caudal vertebra. Okay, so it is basically these vertebra are called as actually caudal vertebra. So caudal vertebra. Again, these are 4 vertebra, they fuse to form one. So these are 4 vertebra, they fuse to form one. This is important. Okay, so that is about the different region of the vertebra. Let me write it again. So how many regions we are having in the vertebral column? We are having the 4 regions. That is important. One is cervical. Cervical, it is for the neck region, and there are 7 vertebra. In all mammal, there are few exceptions although, but in all mammal except few, we'll talk about the example when we talk about the cervical vertebra. There are only 7 cervical vertebra. Even in whale, all the 7 fuse to form one although, but there are 7. So they fuses, but they are 7. So almost in all mammals, yes, okay, there are 7 vertebra, but in some of them, like example in a whale, so they fuse to form one, but they are 7. Cervical means neck region. Again, we have, how do we number them? So we number them like C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6 and C7. Similarly, for the thoracic, that are 12. Let me write it. Similarly, the next one, that is thoracic. These are 12 vertebra. So how we name them? We name them like T1, T2, T3, T12, and similarly number is L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. Okay. Thoracic vertebra, they provide the articulation site for the ribs. So ribs get attached on the posterior side to thoracic vertebra. Then we are having lumbar vertebra. These are 5 in number. Okay. Then we are having sacrum vertebra. These are 5 in number, but they fuse to form 1. So that is why I'm putting 5 in bracket and I'm writing is equals to 1. And then we have the caudal vertebra. That is basically 4 in number, and they again fuse to form 1. So if we now count, then we have the 12, let's say 7 cervical, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar, 1 sacrum and 1 caudal. So it will give us 2. So 12 and 7, yes, 19, 19 and 1, 20, 22 and 22 and 5 is 26 vertebra. So I told you that after fusion, they form a total of 26 vertebra. Now, this vertebral column has many functions. We'll talk about their function in detail when we're done with the vertebral column. But before that, let me discuss the vertebral formula, or let me discuss how many curves are present in this vertebral column. You can see that this vertebral column is not a straight line. This is having a S-shaped body. S means swan. So swan means S letter shaped body. So we can even see that it has certain curvatures. So let us try to see these curvatures now. Okay, so in this particular image, we can see the curvature. So let me try to make a handwritten vertebra. Of course, vertebral column just you know. So we have, let's say this. Okay, let me write it completely. Let me draw first of all, and then. So we have one curvature. This. So this is a cervical curvature, and then we have this another curvature. This is okay. Wait. So we have one curvature. Oh my god, what is happening actually? So the pen size is changing, that's why. Anyway, okay, so we have actually one curvature in the cervical region. You can see here directly. I'll draw, don't worry. And one is in the thoracic, and one in the lumbar, and one in the sacral region. So like that. So we have, this is, let's say, what we so called as cervical curvature, and then we have, I need to make it with a flow. So we are having this type of structure. So cervical curvature, and then lumbar curvature, thoracic curvature, and then we are having lumbar curvature, and then this is sacral curvature. So this is exactly what the structure of the vertebra, vertebral column as a whole we have. Okay, so it is a S-shaped structure. It is not a straight structure. Okay, so let us see that. Let's suppose it is a front side. It is a ventral side of our. It is ventral side, and let's suppose it is a dorsal side. Let's say. So toward the ventral side, we have a one curvature. This kind of structure, this kind of structure we have in the cervical region. So in the ventral, toward the ventral side, in the dorsal region, we have this curve shaped structure is there in the thoracic region. okay, and then again this curvature we are having in the lumbar region, and another curvature we have in the sacral region. So we are actually having 4 curvatures, okay. So not in that next diagram, we are having 4 curvature. This is also important to understand. How many curvature we are having? Total of 4 curve we are having. Out of this, we have 2 curve which are to forward curve, that means toward the ventral side, that is of cervical curve, and that is of lumbar curve, and 2 backward curve we are having. And backward curve are, one is in the thoracic region and one in the sacral region. So that again you can see, if you even want to count, let me change the color, you can count these vertebrae. So 1, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, these are cervical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, these are thoracic vertebrae. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are lumbar vertebrae. These are 5 bone, they fuse to form 1, and then these are 4 bone, these fuse to form 1. So again, these are the curvatures. So these are toward the ventral side, ventral curve, these are dorsal curve. Okay, again from this side, this is shown like that. So we have done almost the basics of vertebral column. Now from the next lecture, we will start with different vertebrae. We'll start with the cervical vertebrae, but before that, let me give you the vertebral formula, the formula for the vertebral column. Let me just write it here. So we are having 7 cervical vertebra, C7. We are having thoracic 12, so TH12. Then we have lumbar, so basically L5. So repeat. Oh, it can't be get back, right? Okay, sorry, you guys can take the screenshot from there. Okay, so let me write it now. Okay, you just go a little previous to this and then take the screenshot. So what is the formula? If you need the PPT, let me in the comment box and I'll complete the PPT after the video, right? So I'll write everything in the PPT in a sophisticated manner. Again, look at the nature. Nature is providing us everything, how in a sophisticated manner again. So just think about it and just give a smile that nature is so amazing. Anyway, so the formula is that we are having cervical 7, we are having thoracic 12, we are having lumbar 5, we are having sacrum, basically how many? Again 5, but these 5 are fused to form 1, and we are having caudal vertebra 4, again fused to form 1. So that is how we are having total of 26 vertebra. This is cervical region. Let me write it again. This is a thoracic region. This is a lumbar region. This is the sacrum, and this is the caudal. Let us now continue now in the next lecture. Thank you very much.